9 concepts about ad creatives that will skyrocket your ROAS. I've been running Facebook ads for past 4.5 years and worked with numerous companies starting from launch to over 9 figures. Number 1. Number 1 trick is when you're small as a small brand, go wide with ad angles. When you're big, go deep with ad angles. When you're small, your primary objective should be to find out what are the value props the customer responds to. So you have to go wide and wide in terms of approaching the creatives. Maybe one creative speaks about natural, second creative speaks about ingredients, third creative speaks about the color, fourth creative versatility of it. When you're big enough, you have to go deep into the one particular creative which you think is working, or multiple creatives, multiple angles which are already working, because as a big brand you're already seeing that some parts of it is working well. You just have to double down on that. So there, starting from, for example, if you see that natural as a thing is working, then you go deep into being natural. Okay, what does being natural mean? You then say it's chemical free and not chemical free actually, harmful chemical free and stuff like that. Then can you go even deeper? What does natural exactly means, or being natural, what exactly does it mean? So like that we need to approach it. Number 2, messaging in the creative has the biggest influence on conversion rate and not your polished website structure. Website structure does impact it, yes, but if you change the messaging in your creative, it will have 2x 3x more impact on your conversion rate positively, while your website still remains the same, exactly the same. Because if you can convince a user that this product is good and useful for them, they'll buy no matter what, how bad the website is. They just have to see the add to cart and buy now button, and the checkout should be working. Think of yourself, where you might have come across a brand where you might have liked the particular design of a apparel or a design of a shoes. No matter how bad the website was, you did eventually buy the product. So same, we'll have to, our creative and messaging should instill motivation or give hope of a particular, elevating a particular pain for the audience. And then that is the biggest influence you can have on your conversion rate and not your website structure. Number 3, we often forget rule of one image in ads. Rule of one in image ads. That is one product, one audience, one message. Most of the time brands try to convolute multiple benefits, multiple audiences into a single image ad, saying about being natural also and saying about ingredient list also, everything at once. That becomes a very word salad, I would say. It's a salad which does not taste any good, and the creative which does not taste any good is most likely not to convert. So one product, one audience, one message should always be the priority. Number 4, to unlock more revenue, you don't need higher budget but different messaging and different creative format to present the product. To unlock revenue, you need efficiency. You need more efficiency at the current scale only, so that you unlock more revenue. But how do you bring in that efficiency? To have a new ad concept or a new messaging or new creative angle in your ad that has been unexplored, or it has been something that is in a different format. Maybe everybody is saying about being natural, but you start your video ad in the fence or in the forest, in a forest itself, saying about natural, and or you show the farm itself that this is the product we use, then show the whole process. You take the creative or the angle to another level. That's what will unlock more revenue and not necessarily increasing the budget. Number 5, top, middle, and bottom of the funnel audiences are better reached through strong creative messaging than precise targeting. Often, this is quite often I see from brands where they have 3 campaigns: TOF, MOF, BOF, and TOF has full exclusions. It is targeting broad, it's targeting lookalikes. MOF is targeting your social stack. Then BOF is targeting your website visitors. Nothing wrong in that, but you'll have better targeting based on your creative messaging than precise targeting. For example, if you're a skincare brand and I, as a skincare user, if I say that, if you say, if an ad says that moisturizer has this benefits, I am more likely to buy because I am aware what the moisturizer does. That is, I am a middle of the funnel audience. While top of the funnel, the person does not know what a moisturizer does, and that becomes a creative messaging there. So instead of targeting me that if I'm interested in moisturizer or not, you should be focusing on your creative to drive the impact of reaching the right audience. Creative should define the audience and not just precise targeting. Targeting will vanish away soon because Meta has been keen on removing the targeting again and again, and many are non-functional at the moment. Many interests, many lookalikes are non-functional. So that should be the priority of developing stronger creative messaging to target different funnel buyers. Number 6, flipping the hierarchy of ads to just make it on brand. This has been the condition for several brands we have worked with, because just because the creative is not on brand, they don't agree to go ahead with it. What happens is, for them, product comes first and then design, copy, and the audience, which is exactly opposite to the how successful an ad creative is made. It is first based on product, then audience, then message, then design, then copy. That should be the criteria of developing any ad creative. You should be defining your audience and what is that you will say to them, and not necessarily how the design will look, how the copy will be, what the copy will be, and then say that this is for this audience. That's a wrong way to approach it. That's the way to lack in ROAS. Number 7, ignoring social media organic feeds for the ad sake. This has been with quite a few brands, not many brands, but at least quite a few brands where they're just running ads, but they have not paid heed to the organic part of their social media. What happens is, whenever a new buyer comes in, they do check out social media profiles, and when they see that they have too few followers, their engagement is not high, their creatives are not, their posts are not up to the mark, it creates a low trust signal with the buyers, and hence people ignore the brand. You will have to be on top of your social media organic game whenever you are running ads, be it your 500 rupees you are spending on ads or 50,000 per day you are spending on ads. That does not matter. Number 8, high ROAS targets just exposes the bloat in the business. If you're targeting ROAS more than 2, 2.5, 3, it mostly means that your OPEX is pretty bloated, and you should figure out a way to cut your slack and actually trim down your team size. Because just because your team size is big, you are trying to have higher ROAS targets. That's exactly opposite of what the D2C model actually functions. You should have your total team size, OPEX, which is operational expenses, less than 12 to 13% of your total revenue. It should not contribute more than that, because otherwise you're just adding more bloat to the business and just straining your marketing team to hit higher ROAS just because of inefficiency in your operational expense. Lower ROAS targets, higher the chance of surviving in slump periods, which means when everything was merrier in the 2020-2021 season, everyone was hitting ROAS targets. But when 2022-2023, when interest rates were constrained, everything the liquidity went off. That is when true brands shine, because they have a low ROAS target. They are mostly efficient with every other department, and hence they can survive in a slump period, which most DTC brands have gone under and never recovered at all after the 2022-2023 bubble burst. Number 9, and the most important, inventory drives your spend distribution and not efficiency. This is not from my side, but I had heard this from Taylor Holiday. It's a very beautiful quote which says inventory drives your spend distribution and not efficiency, because if you have a certain number of products, say 10 products, and if 2 of the products are high in inventory, no matter what the ROAS is, you will still be running ads on them just to liquidate it and bring in the cash. So there you are sacrificing your ROAS just because of a bad inventory decision. This inventory decision bad happens with every brand, no matter what stage it is, but it should not cripple your marketing team from acting in a manner which is efficient and making the brand successful and grow. So inventory drives your spend distribution and not efficiency. Thank you for watching.